All right, what's up, familia? Welcome inside the pad. Hope you guys are doing good. Keep in between the lines. Got your load secure. All right, man. So the Chicano Rap Documentary. It's been a minute, right? All right. So if you guys see the thumbnail right there, some of you guys may not know or may not remember, but I was actually on Rodeo Radio. Um, I was gonna play some audio because I did ask him. This was back in like the beginning of June or the end of May of 2021. And I did ask him if you guys, just like you guys see there on the thumbnail, um, I was there alongside with Big Joe Castro and Pastor David Rocha, who are really good friends of mine to this day. And I did ask him, what's up with the Chicano Rap Documentary? I was gonna play audio, but it's a little bit too long. If you guys are interested in seeing that episode, it's episode 164. Episode 164. If you guys want to go check it out, man, and you guys could go see for yourself that conversation that we had. That's not what the episode was about, but I don't know. We spent about a good 20-25 minutes talking about the Chicano Rap Documentary, and here we are. Fast forward, it's been quite a few years now since that day. So for one, I did donate. I made that very clear. I did donate for the documentary. I remember when Tony came out and asked for donations, and I said it clearly, man. Look, I'm not like a huge rap fan, but just seeing Tony and the way he was doing things with Rhodium Radio, I was like, hey, you know what? This Vato seems legit, dog, and he looks like he's gonna be doing this professionally, right? And I did watch the other documentary that he made, the documentary, and I'm like, okay, you know what? This guy, he looks like he knows what he's doing. So I, for no other reason, man, other than just say, you know what, man, I would. It'll be free to me to watch a Chicano rap documentary, sure, Holmes. So I'll go ahead, I'll donate. I can, so why not, man? Go ahead and let's see if we could do something with this, right? Now, when I went to Rhodium Radio, at that time it had been, I believe, a little over a year. Now, remember, COVID had hit somewhere around when the beginning of 2020. So COVID had hit, right? There's a lot of things that went bad um, for Tony. Okay, the whole legal issue that we all know about. Uh, the night owl, being rest in peace, and royalty coming out and trying to smut his name a little bit. All these things, right? All these things came down crashing on Tony, and I'm gonna go ahead and say this: I don't know Tony like that. All right, I've had three interactions with him. Okay. One was that one at Rhodium Radio. Another one was at the charity boxing event. And then another one, I had a phone conversation with him. All three interactions I've had with Tony were all cool, dog. He's been nothing but a stand up individual. All right. I'm not defending Tony. I'm just telling you guys my interactions personally with him. But at the same time, my interactions with him, I can't tell you guys, too much about him because it's not like I really hung out with the vato like that, man. I'm just telling you this, the small interactions I had with them. He was a stand-up individual. All right. Now he faced some legal issues. Okay, some alleged sex charges and all that stuff. I'm not gonna get into that because I don't know. All right, I don't know. Many people want to believe this or that. To me, it's a bunch of he said, she said, and I'll be real. I don't know. I really don't know what happened. All right, but it looks like it's all cleared up, I guess, man. I don't know. And honestly, I don't even really it's I don't want to get into it. I don't really care too much, man, because I really truly do not know. But getting into the Chicano rap documentary, now it's been quite a few years, right? When when we were having the conversation on Rhodium Radio, just like you guys seen in the thumbnail, He had said that they were gonna be, and you guys can go check it out for yourself. He had said that they were gonna be done filming in, I believe it was May or June of 2022. Now here we are so far ahead. Now we're in 2024. We know that didn't happen. Okay. Unless he really is done filming. I'm not sure. So what are my thoughts when it comes to Tony A and the Chicano Rap documentary? All right. A lot of people are saying, hey man, you know what? He ripped people off, whatever it may be. Okay. First of all, I reached out to Tony to see if he'd be willing to come on and we could chop it up. All right. I wasn't able to get a hold of him. The contact that I had of his is a few years old. That's probably not even his contact anymore. All right. I reached out to somebody else that asked them to contact him, and they had the exact same contact I had. So there you guys go. Right. Um, I could have probably done a little bit more to get a hold of him. All right. But I didn't. I just want to make that clear. Do I believe that Tony purposefully took the money? No, I don't. Okay. I don't think he was looking to raise money and just to keep it in his pocket. All right. Apparently, he was looking for 15,000 and he raised 20,000. All right, cool. So be it. It was a GoFundMe. Again, I did donate and he reached his goal. He passed that goal up. Okay. I truly believe, and again, I don't know Tony like that, Holmes. All right. But I'm just telling you guys what I believe. And I could be wrong, homie. I could be 1,000% wrong. But I don't believe, Holmes, that he said, you know what, I'm gonna put this GoFundMe and tell people about Chicano Rap documentary that I'm gonna do, and I'm just not gonna do it and keep the Fetty out for myself. That's not a really good plan because are you just expecting people to forget about it? So I don't think that's what happened. All right. Here's what I think happened. And again, I could be wrong. All right. I believe that he did raise money, and I believe that he had a nice big vision of what he was going to do in the Chicano Rap documentary. I believe that he had big plans for it, and I believe that he was planning ahead on what it is that he was going to do to accomplish that goal. Holmes. All right. Unfortunately, as the money came in, a lot of things started crumbling around him, crumbling down around him. Okay. His legal case, rest in peace, Night Out and Royal T, who came out and started, smutting his name up. Whether it was valid or not, that's I'm not getting into that. Um, One of his partners that grabbed some of the equipment and some of the footage and took off with it. A lot of things looked like it started crumbling around him. From what I understand, a lot of rappers, well, I don't know if I should say a lot of rappers, but apparently, there were a few rappers that said, like, hey, Holmes, you know what? Since you raise money, I want to get paid for being in the documentary. And that was never really part of the plan. To the best of my knowledge, that was never the plan for Tony to start paying artists to be on the documentary, right? It was for traveling expenses, whatever it is that he had to do. Like I said, I could be wrong, but I did start hearing that artists wanted to get paid once they heard that he raised money in the GoFundMe. Now, here's the thing, okay? His partner grabbing some of the feria and some of the equipment or the footage, whatever, and taking off. Damn, dog, that's a tough break. All right, that's a tough break. However, that's not an excuse, and I'm not saying he's using that for an excuse. Look, Holmes, I don't really keep up with who's beefing with who on YouTube. I don't really keep up with he said this about this person, and did you hear what this person said about that person? I don't really keep up with that, man. So I'm sure some of you guys could tell me more about it because I don't keep up with that stuff. I don't keep up with the whole he said this and these guys are beefing. I don't keep up with it, man. But there's an audience for that out there. I'm just not one of them. So I don't know everything that's been said about this situation and about Tony. But apparently, his partner, one of his partners, grabbed some of the stuff and took off. Now, that's unfortunate. I have not heard Tony use that as an excuse. I've heard him explain that, right? I've also heard the whole, hey, you know what? The GoFundMe is a donation. So, hey, that's that. Nobody was forced to send feria. And that is true. Nobody's forced to send feria. At the same time, if I want to raise money to provide wheelchairs for wounded veterans that are having trouble walking, and I put a GoFundMe, then I gotta get those wheelchairs. And if I don't get those wheelchairs, and people start asking, "Hey, what's up with the wheelchairs, man? With the feria that you raised for the GoFundMe?" And I say, "Well, it was a GoFundMe. Nobody was forced to donate." In a way, that's true, but at the same time, man, that's a pretty deep scam right there, dog. Now I know about some of these scams because way back in the day, homie, you used to raise feria to get straps like that. All right. You go ahead and you say that somebody was killed in a, whatever, right? Somebody died. And as you guys see, a lot of people hold car washes. And there's scammers out there till this day doing these things. All right. Homies will get together, hold a car wash, RIP for whatever person that didn't die, right? You hold the car wash, man, and you raise feria, and with that feria, you go buy straps, dog, and now you got straps. It was never for a funeral. Now that's unfortunate because there's actually people that hold car washes for funerals. I know I've been part of that as well, but I've also been part of the other thing as well, where it's like, hey, dog, let's come up with some feria to, get some straps, dog, and now it's okay, cool, man. We just hold the car wash thing. Somebody died, nobody really died, and there you go. And these scams still happen till this day. I don't want to get off topic. The Spencer, let's get back to the whole Tony A thing. All right. And the Chicano Rap Documentary. The thing is, people sent money because you promised them a product. All right. So to come out, and I'm not saying Tony's doing this, but to come out and saying, hey, it's not your money anymore to go fund me. Now it's my money. I'm not saying Tony's saying that. I don't know. Maybe he has said that. But no, you promised a product. Now you must provide. Okay. Who you deal with, that's your responsibility. Right. So if I'm raising money for wheelchairs for wounded veterans that are having trouble walking, and I say, hey, you know what? My partner in this grabbed some of the money and took off. Damn, that's gancho. But at the same time, that's my responsibility. It's my responsibility on who I was dealing with. So that still does land on Tony. And like I said, I'm not saying he hasn't taken responsibility for it. To the best that I've seen, I haven't seen him use that as an excuse. I've seen him explain that, but I haven't seen him use it as an excuse. I've heard him say that, give that explanation, and then saying that he put feria out of his own pocket. So, ultimately, here's the thing, man. I don't believe Tony was really trying to rip people off. Okay. I don't believe that. I do believe that he probably bit off a little bit more than he can chew because he didn't know all the things that were going to come crashing down on him. Again, the legal issues, the night owl royalty, his partner taking off on him, all these things, artists wanting to get paid, um, artists. Here's another thing I heard, man. I heard that there was a few artists that didn't want to be on it if he was gonna have another artist on it. You guys know that whole thing. Like, oh, wait a second, you're gonna have that vato on it, then I don't want to be on it, dog, because I don't mess with that dude, Holmes. That's unfortunate. I could see that. I could see that being true. Again, whether it's true or not, that I don't know. But I could see that being true because Vatos got some huge ass egos, dog. Vatos, homie, are some straight. I made a video about this already, man. Vatos are some of the most sensitive, egotistic maniacs, dog. Serio, homie. But I think I don't think Tony has all the money anymore. No, I don't. All right. I think he's backed up in a pretty tight corner, and he's trying to figure out what to do. And the unfortunate part that I don't like is that there's people just waiting for him to fail so they could point the finger and see him crash and burn. I don't like that, dog, because I don't get it. There's nothing that comes out of it, right? Unfortunately, a lot of things came crumbling down. Now I could be completely wrong, homie. He may be in complete total control and saying that, hey, dog, this about Thecholotrucker has no idea what he's talking about, man. I have this blockbuster documentary ready to come out soon. And I hope that is the case, right? I don't think that's what happened. I don't think he has the money like that anymore, man. I just think one thing happened and started piling on top and piling on top and piling on top. And hey, next thing you know, man, he turns around and he's like, damn, what happened to everything, the perfect plan that he had set? It's not there anymore. Now there's Fetty out there. Some people are saying like, hey, he used the money for his own personal, for his own personal problems. That could be true. I don't know, but you could use it like a credit card, right? That's how people get into credit card debt. It's like, oh, you know what? I'll use the credit card and then I'll just pay it off. And then when the monthly payment comes, you're just kind of like, I'll pay the minimum and then next month I'll give a bigger payment. And you do that a few times. Next thing you know, you use too much of the credit card that you can't really pay back. That may be true. Now, here's the thing when it comes to documentaries. All right, let's talk about the documentary itself. Now, people, at least people that I've talked to, keep on saying, like, oh, this person needs to be in it. That person needs to be in it. So many of these artists need to be in the documentary in order for it to be legit. Well, check this out, man. That's actually not true. There are numerous of documentaries that don't have that person in it. They just have, other people talking about that person. I'm a wrestling fan, I'm a boxing fan, and I've watched numerous of documentaries where they don't have the individual on the documentary. They just have, you know, family members or friends, people that grew up with that person, fans, but they don't have that individual on the documentary. There's footage of them. There's people giving their opinions of that individual, but that individual themselves is not in the documentary. So while I hear people say like, "Oh, if this person is not in the documentary, then it's not valid." Well, nah, dog. Actually, man, there's quite a few documentaries like that. They don't have. There's a documentary of a certain individual, and that individual is still alive and well, and that individual is not in the documentary. There's just footage, and there's people talking about giving their thoughts about that person. That's it. So, ultimately, I do kind of feel bad for Tony. I do, man. Everybody fouls up. Okay, everybody fouls up. Again, dog, he could be in complete control. But I do feel kind of bad for him, man. I'm rooting for him to put out a good Chicano rap documentary. I do still believe that he's gonna put something out. I do. I just don't think it's gonna meet the standard that he first envisioned. And I believe, unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there that want him to crash and burn, dog. That's what sucks about it. Um, Instead, what I would actually like, man, for somebody to reach out to Tony and say, like, hey, big dog, look, check it out, man. I could help you. I could help you in this project. I got these connects or whatever it may be. Let me help you out in this project, man, so we can push this documentary out, right? As I do, look, Holmes, even though I'm not that big of a rap fan, I do want to feed him ass documentary out there, that can go down in history, man. I do. And instead of, just waiting for him to, fail, I would actually like somebody, man, or a few gente, man, to get at him and be like, hey, dog, you know what? Look, homie, I understand that things didn't go as planned, and it sucks. And it happens to everybody. Unfortunately, it happened to you, in the public eye with other people's money. And that sucks, man. But hey, you know what? I got these connects or I got these funds, whatever it may be. Let's go ahead and let's make this happen, Holmes. Let's make history right here with this Chicano Rap documentary. Unfortunately, I don't think anybody's gonna do that. I think everybody has kind of just taken a step back and saying like, "Hey, dog, let this dude just drown," and that I don't like that, homie. But oh well. So, Tony, I'm rooting for him. I want him make this documentary, and I do believe he's gonna put something out. I just don't think it's gonna be satisfying. And whatever he puts out, I think there's certain people, certain individuals that already made up their mind that whatever he does put out, they're just gonna criticize. It's not gonna be good enough. And you know, that's just the way it works, man. That's just part of life. Some people just don't like you, whatever it may be, Holmes. And I do believe there's people just waiting for him to put something out just so they could, look at it as a failure and push it out there that's a failure. And as far as for me, Holmes, look, do I want my money back? No, no, I don't. I don't want my money back. I want them to put out a documentary. Okay, just like when you go pay for a movie, you're not guaranteed, man, that movie's gonna entertain you. Now, if he doesn't put anything out ever, I still don't want my money back. That would just, to me, that's a small price to see that man's character. But I do believe he's gonna put something out. Definitely, it wasn't in the time frame that anybody was thinking about. He definitely had a couple of bad obstacles come his way that I believe stifled the whole situation of him making a documentary and really took away from it. That's not anybody's fault, man. That's Tony. That's Tony's fault. But I do not want to just, point and spit at a man you know, when he fouls up, man. Especially because I truly believe that he didn't mean for it to go the way it went, right? I mean, look, Holmes, we all make mistakes, and it's gacho, dog. It's gacho. Just hey, man, you know what? Damn, I had big plans, and it crumbled, and now everybody takes a step back and saying, "Oh man, let's burn this dude." That sucks, man. I would hope. Look, I know this video is getting too long, so let me just go ahead and end it with this. If that is the case, if Tony truly isn't in control of the situation, if he got out of his hands, which it looks like that's what happened, I would truly hope that Tony will come out and address it and say like, "Hey, check this out, man. I had a huge vision for this. All these things came around, and all these things came crashing down on me. It's nobody's fault but mine. I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry. I still want to make this documentary. if anybody could lend a helping hand, not so much with Feria, but just whatever it is that they can do, right? I would hope if the situation got out of his hands, which, like I said, it looks like it has, for him to do something like that. At the same time, I can understand him not wanting to do that just because on how many people are just waiting to just spit on him. So I can understand him not wanting to do that. But hopefully, something gets done, man. So that's kind of my thoughts, Holmes. Here we are in 2024. Is the Chicano Rap Documentary going to come out this year? It's been quite a while now. It's been quite a while. So I hope something comes out, or I hope he addresses it. Something, I don't really watch rodeo and radio like that. I'm not watching every episode. I'm not really too up to date with who he has on there, who he doesn't, what he says, if he's addressing the issue or not. I just want to come on here and give my 2 cents, man, and hopefully he does make it happen. And hopefully somebody can go ahead and help him out, dog, instead of just wanting to watch him burn. So, as always, familia, live your life like you're on the road. Be aware of your surroundings and always keep it safe. This is blood makes you live, but loyalty makes man. Until next time, this is Thecholotrucker. Over and out.